Hi guys, welcome to my channel, Decorate with Dana. Today's video, I'm going to be doing a fall-inspired dinner and dessert idea. I'm going to be making sausage and brown rice stuffed acorn squash and apple pie bites for dessert. I'm so happy to say that this video is in collaboration with Amber from Amber the Happy Homemaker. I'm going to link Amber's video down in the description box. You guys have to stop over at her channel. She has amazing content. She has cleaning and organizing very similar to mine, so if you like mine, you'll love her channel. She's a wife and a mommy and just a beautiful person inside and out. And if you're coming over from Amber's channel, my name is Dana and welcome to my channel. I hope you guys will stick around and check things out, and if you like my content, please subscribe. I would love to have you part of my YouTube family. All right, so let's just get started with the cooking. Okay, these are the ingredients you're going to need for this recipe. 2 acorn squash cut in half. Brown rice, I like minute rice, it's just easier and quicker to cook. A package of sweet Italian sausage, so you don't want the casing. So if you get the kind with casing, you just have to take it out of the casing. Baby spinach or kale. I prefer the taste of baby spinach, so that's why I'm using that. Some Parmesan cheese. The spices are crushed red pepper flakes, salt, and pepper, and then water. And that's all the ingredients for this recipe. So we'll get started. Okay, the first thing we want to do is heat our oven to 425 degrees. I'm just going to start off with making the rice so that it's all set when we need it for the filling for the acorn squash. Next, you'll want to take each half of the acorn squash and remove all the seeds. After you've removed the seeds, you'll want to just spread olive oil on the cut surfaces of the acorn squash and place them face down on a parchment-lined baking sheet. And then I put the acorn squash in the oven to bake and soften for about 40 minutes while I prepared the meat mixture. Go ahead and put your sausage in the pan and brown it until it is no longer pink. After the sausage is all browned, you'll want to add in your baby spinach. I added in a couple cups initially, but I did end up adding a little bit more. Once it wilted down, I could see that it needed a little bit more spinach. I also added in about 2 tablespoons of water to help cook the spinach, and I also added a pinch of crushed red pepper flakes. After that was done cooking, I removed it from the heat and added in my 2 cups of cooked brown rice. I gave that a good mix together. After that was mixed together, I added in, well, the recipe called for a 1/4 cup of Parmesan cheese, but I did end up adding almost a 1/2 cup. I liked the flavor and the creaminess that it gave the meat mixture. After that, I just added salt and pepper to taste, and then pretty much that is how the meat mixture is prepared. The acorn squash still had about 10 more minutes to bake in the oven to soften, so in the meantime, I went ahead and started to clean up the kitchen. Once the acorn squash were done baking in the oven, I pulled them out and flipped them over. A couple of the end pieces I had to kind of cut off the tip so it was a little flatter and would sit more evenly on the pan. Once I did that, I went ahead and filled each half with the meat mixture, sprinkled it with a little bit more Parmesan cheese, and then put them back in the oven for about 10 minutes to bake. While those were baking, I went ahead and started on the dessert. Okay, next we're going to make a super simple dessert. It's quick and easy, but it's delicious. We're going to make apple pie bites. And the ingredients you're going to need for this are 1 or 2 Granny Smith apples. I'm not sure if I'll use both. I'll probably only use 1. Butter, light brown sugar, these crescent rolls, and it actually called for apple pie spice, and I didn't even realize that I bought pumpkin pie spice, but it's basically the same thing because I looked up the ingredients of the two. So I'm just going to use pumpkin pie spice. And then you can also use chopped pecans in this recipe. My daughter has a tree nut allergy, so we are not using those, but it is really delicious with those. And that's all the ingredients you're going to need. Now we'll get started. Okay, start out by preheating the oven to 375. Next, I'm going to take about 3 tablespoons of butter and put them in this little dish to melt in the microwave. I have about a 1/4 cup of brown sugar in this little bowl, and to it I'm going to add a teaspoon of the, well, it's supposed to be apple pie spice, but we're using pumpkin pie spice, and give that a mix together. Next, I'm just going to slice up the apples and remove the core. When I'm done slicing the apples, I'm going to put them in this glass bowl next to me with the 3 tablespoons of melted butter and give it a toss. So I didn't even realize when I purchased this that I bought the crescent roll sheet instead of the individual crescent rolls. I just went ahead and cut the triangles out on the crescent roll sheet myself. Next, just spread the brown sugar mixture on each triangle. After you've finished putting on the brown sugar mixture, you want to put an apple on each triangle at the wider end and roll it like you would roll the crescent roll. So when you're finished wrapping them up, just spread the rest of the melted butter on the outside of each bite and sprinkle with a little bit more of the apple pie spice and put it in the oven to bake for about 10 minutes. So here's the completed meal. Everything turned out really delicious. Let me know if you guys decide that you want to try this. I would love to know what you think. Thank you again, Amber, for collaborating on this video with me. And I hope that you guys like this video, and please subscribe and give me a thumbs up if you do. There's a lot more video ideas coming up soon. Thanks, and I hope you guys have a great day.